What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Fantasy Endgame, and it is time to get drafting once again on Underdog. As we do, we're going to get some best ball action in. Let's mix it up a little bit today. We've been doing a lot of best ball mania, some of the smaller contests. We'll try something that maybe you weren't aware of. It's not the big, huge tournament style like BBM and some of these others. It's weekly winners. So check it out if you haven't tried it yet. It's kind of what it sounds like, right? So every week you get a chance to win big prize money. You don't have to wait just till the end of the season. And so a little different twist here in terms of maybe your strategy. I mean, you're always going for upside, right? You're always going for that weekly spike, that ceiling. But this time I feel like it's ramped up. But I mean, how much do you think you're going to change your mindset going into this?
I mean, I'm not going to change my mindset too much. The goal is you still want to try to win a week, right? That's your goal. Like in the other tournaments, you want to win the tournament. Here, you want to win a week because you can see if you just win 1 week out of the 17, you're going to get $20,000. And even if you have 1 week where you finish in the top 500, you're going to at least make $5. Of course, it goes up from there. I think the big difference here and why it may appeal to more, I guess, the casual drafters, for lack of a better term, or maybe people who don't want to invest heavily into best ball, is your team doesn't need to be great all year long. You don't need to be great every single week of the season. You just need that 1 week. And plus, you don't have to worry about other strategies like game correlation in week 17. You don't have to worry quite as much about bye weeks because, of course, if you have a week where you are heavily hit by buys, there's 16 other weeks you could potentially win, right? So there's certainly things that, you don't have to think about quite as much here. But overall, I think this is just one of those drafts where, I mean, you still want to stack. You still want to, you obviously pay attention to roster construction and things like that. But you can just more draft players and not worry so much about the other stuff.
Agreed. This makes me think I want to stack even more, because obviously you're going for that big week. You want multiple stacks. Now, of course, you don't want half your players from one team because, you don't have a great chance to win every week. But yeah, I think I'm going to go a little more stack happy here. All right, well, let's get into it. You guys are watching. If you want to join us, let's do it. Let's get into a weekly winners. Again, go to Underdog. Go to your drafts lobby, and then you'll see it there in NFL. You might have to scroll over to the right a little bit. Weekly winners, we're going to do 20 seconds per pick. Let's jump in here. 1, 2, 3, go.
All right, we got 3 spots left.
Almost full. It's full, just like that.
All right.
Let's see who got in. Yeah, it'll be different. It's, adjustment in thinking here because don't have to worry about the week 17 schedule. We talked about winning the whole thing in the tournament, right? You're trying to build in Best Ball Mania a team that's going to win it all, not just the regular season. So you're trying to think about the long term, the end of the season. Here is just pure week to week upside. And like I said, I really think stacking heavily is the way to go. I might even mess around and take 3 quarterbacks here.
Might not be a bad strategy, honestly. If you can get them stacked, that's the problem, right? You just never know. But yeah.
All right.
This is definitely the type of draft where I would be okay having like a Jamar Chase, a T. Higgins, a Chase Brown, and a Joe Burrow all on the same team, because what you're hoping for is they have one of those weeks where they score, 50 points and all those guys just have monster games. Like, whereas in like a Best Ball Mania, I don't know if I want that many guys all on the same team. But in here, I'd be totally fine with it because, yeah, you're just really, again, if you just win 1 week, you're good. It doesn't matter if your team finishes dead last every other week.
Yeah, exactly. You might as well go all in on those elite offenses. I'm glad you mentioned Cincinnati, I think, is probably the best example. Okay, everyone's going running back. Okay, so Bijan at the 6. Don't mind if
Henry at the 5. Henry at the 5. CMC at the 4.
And actually,
I
think that's Jonathan. Jonathan's in here. He's at the 5.
All right, this has definitely been an interesting start to this draft.
Yeah, you're not sad to get CD at what, you're at the 8.
Not sad at all. No.
All right. Now, again, we have to keep in mind, like, okay, I got Bijan Robinson. It doesn't mean now I'm looking just for Falcons. Like, no, it's not like that. And same thing, like, you don't have to get Dak Prescott just because you got CD Lamb. You might want to, but it's not like you're going to force the issue, right?
No, definitely not going to force the issue. Like, I'm not gonna pass on a better player just to get
Oh. Okay, so now we've seen this is interesting. This team, Jimmy, team 11, going double quarterback round 1 and 2.
Wow. I mean, maybe there's is there some strategy here that I'm not aware of on here?
If it's not a super flex league, then I don't think that's a good strategy. But hey, what do I know? You know what? I'm gonna go double RB. Saw your video on double hero RB, and it's convinced me that's the way to go.
The irony is, I didn't say like this is the way you should draft in 2025 in that video. I just explained how to do it because I know a lot of people like to draft that way, and then all the comments are either like, this is the only way to draft, or like, this is dumb, just draft best player available. It's like, I didn't tell you like this is the optimum way to draft a team. I just know a lot of people like to take running backs early. This is the way I would do it if I was going to take running backs early.
Yeah. No, I mean, there are many ways. That's funny. Someone pointed out to Lamar and Josh Allen, the two quarterbacks that team took. They both have the same bye week. So yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but again, in this format, it's not as critical because if you just say my team's gonna suck that week, it's fine. But the problem is you would still only get to start one quarterback a week. So
you only get one. Yep.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, look, I just don't want this to be a thing. Like, if this next turn, if this guy takes, Jalen Hurts, and like, okay, they're going to cancel this. Let's just not do that.
Yeah, but this guy's got a badge, so he's done a lot of drafts.
Doesn't mean he's done them well. Look, all the quarterbacks are going early.
It must be, it must be a thing in these drafts. People think they got to take quarterback early.
Well, I'm gonna not go quarterback early because I don't think I need to.
I mean, I'm just gonna keep stacking first and second round players every time I make a draft pick here.
Yeah, I still think it almost doesn't matter the format. Your first 2, 3, 4 rounds, you just take the really good players that are on the board.
I mean, CeeDee Lamb, Brian Thomas Jr., Josh Jacobs. How do you get all three of those guys on the same team?
Yeah, because everyone's taking quarterbacks. It's still best ball, so if you don't have the best or one of the 3 best quarterbacks in the league, as long as you have your backup quarterback also has a high weekly ceiling. Like for example, Jared Goff, he's very boring, but he does have a high weekly ceiling. He'll put up like 40-point games at times, so it's like he's fine as your quarterback too. Anyways, Ray, what's up, Ray? Ray wants to know, what are we doing? This is weekly winners.
Yeah, this is really weird for sure. Now, Alvin, oh man, Brees, Evans. I was very tempted to go Brees there, but I'll go Evans.
Okay, so I normally might go JSN here. Given the format, I'm going to go with that weekly ceiling. I just mentioned Goff. I'm going to go JMO. Okay, let's not ignore the questions here, by the way, guys. Jay wants to know, who you rate as good value, wide receiver 2, Pickens, Besh? Is that Jack Besh? Mooney, Higgins? Yeah. Oh, Jaden Higgins.
Well, I think Pickens is multiple tiers above these guys.
Pickens is, I don't know, the other guys are even, I would consider wide receiver 2s. They're like wide receiver 3s.
Right. And I do kind of regret not just reaching for Pickens there.
Well, Pickens definitely pay off in this format, I think. So look at your question. This is probably a good time, Jay, to answer this question right here, where the wide receiver 2 types are being taken. You got JSN, you got JMO, you got Pickens, McLaurin, and Evans are really more like low end wide receiver 1s. I still like DJ Moore a lot. I still think he has actually a pretty high weekly ceiling. I don't know if I'll get him here, but we'll see. Devontae Smith, always undervalued. All right, Tyler Foley wants to know 10 teams, 8 pick, half PPR. Here's the squad. Hurts and Stafford, AJB to go with Hurts, Hunter Pickens, Waddle, Addison, Henry Taylor, Connor, Etienne, Kittle, Ingram. I think you smashed that.
Yeah, I think you smashed that too. I mean, Henry, JT is your running backs, Hurts is your QB, Kittle, Ingram at tight end, and you still have AJ Brown, Travis Hunter, George Pickens, Waddle, Addison. Yeah, I think you smashed that. Well done. Well done, Tyler.
Yeah. Yeah. Even for a 10-teamer, that's a great team. Okay, so like here, Cortland Sutton. Fine as number 3 receiver, but does he have that weekly ceiling? But drop down a little bit. I still think Ridley does.
All right, I'm going to grab, even though I normally go Tet here, I'm going to go Hunter. Pair him with BTJ. Hopefully get T-Law. Hopefully these guys have like 1 or 2 monster games.
That's it. So we're going for. Okay, Joel says it's his first time doing an auction draft. What to expect? Any specific strategies for an auction? It's 12-team PPR, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 6 points per passing touchdown.
My general strategy in auction drafts is spend a lot of money on my starting lineup, my studs, and just litter my bench with dollar, if you can do dollar bids or whoever guys at the end of the draft. In this format, I'm obviously not going to value QB very highly. I'm not going to value tight end very highly. So all my money is going to go to running backs and wide receivers. Also, don't feel like you need to have like the best of the best. I mean, if you can have a team full of like 2nd and 3rd round guys because you're getting them at a bit of a budget. Let's go Swift here. Like if you can get, like, instead of, spending top dollar for Chase, Jefferson, CD, those guys, if you can get like the Drake Londons, the AJ Browns, the Lads, the Kyrens, the Hamptons, the Kenneth Walkers, the guys like that could be very good but don't cost you top dollar, that's definitely a great strategy as well.
Yeah, it's not like the only way to win, but stars and scrubs is typically a pretty strong way to approach any auction, and that goes for baseball too. You get those high-end players, and then you take some value. So I think that's a good way to do it. 6 points per passing touchdown. I agree. You probably want a pretty good quarterback. Doesn't have to be Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, but I wouldn't settle necessarily a quarterback. Matt Friend wants to know, from the 8th spot in a 10-teamer, are you going Puka or Neighbors?
I'm going Puka. I mean, Neighbors. I might be too high on Neighbors this year, but I'm going Neighbors. But nothing wrong with Puka.
Yeah, there's not a bad choice. I'm going Neighbors. I still have Neighbors as a basically top 5 pick. So that's my call too. But no one will blame you for taking Puka. Let's see. Bobby J. What's up, Bobby? Has the number 1 pick. Believes that CD is the one. I like it. It's like the Matrix. He's the one. At the 2-3, debating going RB or RB wide receiver. Thoughts?
Well, I mean, if you believe CD's the one, then I guess take CD. If we assume you're going to take CD, then at the 2-3, I mean, I'm going to say what I always say, and I know we already have a comment like, oh my gosh, you put out a video about RB and you went wide receiver. But even in that video, I said I did not plan on going RB in the draft I'm showing you. Hold on, let's go Pollard here. But after I did go, well, I went Neighbors and then I went RB. I said, okay, like I got 2 stud running backs. I don't need, now I got to pivot, which is how I do actually draft. So I'm not going to go to the 2-3 turn saying, am I going running back, or running back, wide receiver? Because you don't know who's going to be there. Like, what if Drake London is still on the board when it comes to you at the 2-3 turn? Or like here, I mean, I did not think I was going to start CeeDee Lamb BTJ. Like, I didn't go in this draft saying, I'm going to go wide receiver to get CeeDee Lamb BTJ. But when I can start any draft CeeDee Lamb BTJ, I'm starting any draft CeeDee Lamb BTJ. I don't care. Unless somebody else ridiculous is on the board.
Right. Because you don't go into a draft saying, I'm going to do anything. You go into it saying, let's see how the draft goes, and I'll draft accordingly.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay. See, like Olave, okay, I'm a little down on him, but in this format, I gotta like him better. Just needs that weekly upside. Let's go. Got him. Man, that's a big discount.
There's a lot of discounts in this draft. This has been an interesting draft for sure.
I maybe should have gone Justin Fields sooner. He didn't think he would fall to me. He went before ADP. So to go with Garrett Wilson. So that's probably my mistake here. I should have gone Fields, but I still got plenty of stacks. And no, Tyler Shuck's not going to be one of them.
No.
Okay, let's see what else. Yeah, good point, Jonathan. I think that's another sound strategy, just in general, but especially we're talking about that high ceiling, the weekly ceiling. Teams that only have good offenses, but maybe some suspect defense as well, that they're going to get into shootouts, right? Cincinnati is a perfect example, and that's why they're my favorite. Baltimore does tend to do that at times, even if they shouldn't. So, yeah, I think that's a good idea. So that's his thinking. I want to build from a team perspective, teams that are going to get into those kind of games. I think the Cowboys this year are going to fall into that. Remember, their defense was pretty disappointing last year compared to the year before because Dan Quinn is gone, and that obviously affected them. I don't know that their defense is significantly better this year, maybe fewer injuries, but oh, really, Jonathan, you're going to take Brock Purdy from me. Okay.
Yeah, I got sniped on Dak Prescott 2 picks before me on a team that has no Cowboys. I'm gonna have to reach a little on quarterback this draft. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no guarantee you're gonna get stacks because not everybody pays attention to stacks.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna take Njoku, but I'm like, if I don't get Goff, I'm gonna, what's gonna happen with me. I'm gonna wind up with like Daniel Jones as my starting quarterback. So. Let's see what Bobby wants to do. Let me see. Don't want to get boxed out at RB, but don't want to reach. Okay. What happens if you lose out? You're gonna lose out on all of those running backs? I doubt it. Look, if all those running backs are off the board, there should be some great wide receiver talent there for you.
Exactly. I'm gonna say what I always say. If your team is going ridiculous running back heavy, then it means there should be insane great wide receivers on the board. Just go ahead and pivot, because guess what? Those guys that are drafting running back early are going to realize, I need wide receivers, and they're going to start drafting wide receivers, and you're just going to be able to get like the Kenneth Walkers, the Omarion Hamptons, whoever, those guys, that'll be good enough.
Yep. Okay. Now I'm getting a little tilted. I'm not going to lie here, because I have Ridley. I was like, okay, I can always get Cam Ward later, except when Cam Ward goes at pick 109, which is 50 spots before his ADP. All right, now I'm a little tilted.
Yeah, this has been an interesting draft for sure.
I mean, oh man.
I mean, I'm almost wondering, like, do I just need to reach on a QB here?
Wait, someone just reached 50 spots. Someone before that reached about 20 spots. So,
like, I'm just gonna do it. I don't even care. This draft has forced my hand.
Look, there goes Drake May.
I cannot end this draft with unstacked like Aaron Rodgers and Sam Darnold or something.
No, that would be a weekly loser.
Yeah, I need And I can't even you can't even count on the fact I have BTJ and Travis Hunter, but that doesn't mean somebody's not just going to take Trevor Lawrence for no reason.
They absolutely will. Any second now. Just watch.
So I'm like, at least give me Jordan Love to stack with Matthew Golden at least.
Yeah, this is
why who decided to not do a BBM tonight? Why didn't we just do another BBM?
I don't know. That was a terrible idea.
Terrible idea. We should have just done another BBM.
I'm like, we got to mix it up. I mean, come on, let's do something different. But hey,
oh man,
this forces you to think differently now.
Yeah, makes me want to just keep drafting BBMs.
Yeah. All right, it's okay. I got a plan here. I'm laying out a plan.
I got a plan too, but I don't think it's gonna work. I still feel like somebody's gonna take T-Law for no good reason.
Okay, not me.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm gonna reach on T-Law now, which is terrible. Just terrible. It is a terrible strategy to reach on pocket statues. But I got the T-Law, BTJ, Travis Hunter stack. I got Jordan Love with Matthew Golden. I'm probably just done at QB now. I don't need 3 QBs. This is good enough. I don't even want to think about quarterback the rest of this draft.
Yeah. Do you want another QB? It's a question.
No, I just don't even want to think about QB.
Oh man. I thought right there, I was like, okay, if I was in any other draft, like maybe I'd take Higgins and I could wait till my next turn to get CJ Stroud. Like, there's no way CJ Stroud's making it to the next round. Look, there goes Stafford.
No, there's no way.
Every quarterback's going like 20 spots ahead. All right, here we go. Here's your chance to take Daniel Jones.
No, I'm not. Oh shoot, I'm not. I'm done at QB. I mean, unless if there's like a really good QB falls or something. But I mean, what really good QBs are left? Do we go Hollywood? Do we go running back here? Let's go Hollywood. I like that potential upside in that Chiefs offense.
All right. See, very nice. The plan. I love it when a plan comes together. I got Stroud. Didn't get Higgins, but here goes Kirk.
Yeah, there you go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 6 not bad receivers. All right. Both my quarterbacks are stacked. I was really hoping I should have gotten Field just because I also was thinking I want a running quarterback, right? Someone who can put in 1 or 2 touchdowns on the ground, have those weekly spikes. But
I know that's the problem. I mean, it's like it just goes against everything I ever do in drafts, which is reach on non-mobile quarterbacks. But again, I don't want to end up with this. Like, I don't want to end up with like unstacked Michael Penix Jr. or like unstacked Matthew Stafford or something like that. Like,
right. Yeah, exactly.
So here we are.
Okay, this is a question. I think we missed this one earlier. Chuck, BTJ, 6th round keeper. Nice. Do you recommend Bijan over Chase at the 1 because you have BTJ?
No, I mean, that's not going to change anything. First of all, having BTJ as your 6th round keeper is phenomenal. That's already like a massive advantage. I'm still just going to take Chase. I mean, if you look, I got Chase 1, Bijan 2. So if you want to go Bijan, I'm not going to like sit here and argue with you and tell you shouldn't. But I'm not going to let the fact that I have BTJ as my 6th round keeper sway my number 1 overall pick. Now, it may sway later on in the draft, right? Because knowing that I already have BTJ, I can potentially like not have to draft as wide receiver heavy overall. But at the 101, I'm still personally taking Chase.
Yeah. One player, one position doesn't mean you got to change your normal draft strategy. And Bobby, yeah, exactly. Let the draft coming to you. Don't worry about balance. Balance sounds great until as soon as the one guy gets hurt, then you're not balanced, and that's it. So don't worry about balance.
Team 1 now has 4 QBs. See, everybody had the same mindset as you before this draft. Like, I just want to load up on QBs.
I didn't want to load up that much on QBs. I was like, I would take my third quarterback like now, not like 3 rounds ago. But now I'm not. Well, I don't know. I mean, there is still, let's say, decent, like adequate quarterbacks. But I mean, how bad do you want Geno Smith to stack with Dante Thornton?
Not that bad. Although, you know, do we have to start paying attention to Deontay Thornton? Well, all right. Remember the other day I drafted Romeo Dobbs, and I said that's gonna be like my only share of him. I'm gonna draft another one here to go with my love golden stack. And I don't know if you saw, but according to the beat writers, the wide receivers playing with the starters in 2 wide receiver sets right now are Matthew Golden and Romeo Dobbs.
This is why Jaden Reed is a fade, right?
Yes, it's why Jaden Reed is a fade, and you know, maybe Romeo Dobbs is gonna be one of those guys. Like, I don't know if he has that weekly upside, but hey, he'll have those random 2 touchdown games, 4 catches.
Yeah, he's like, well, here you go, Alec Pierce, same type of guy, right? Randomly, will have a 100-yard 2 touchdown game, and then 6 weeks later, he'll have done nothing. He'll do it again.
Yeah, you know how these guys go. They have 4 catches for 2 touchdowns. Everybody picks them up off the waiver wire. Then they have like 1 catch, 2 catch. Then they get dropped. They do nothing. And then bam, 6 catches and a touchdown. And they get picked up again.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. I only have 4 running backs, but I went beat on JT. And I got Aaron Jones. Maybe I don't need too many.
Yeah, I don't think so. Those running backs.
Nobody wants Jaden Blue. What's up with that?
I almost took him over Tootin just because of the potential. Like, well, you know, if he is the starter in Dallas, I mean, somebody has to. I mean, maybe there will be no starter in Dallas. Maybe it'll be like you know, where 3 guys are sharing the football, and it's just a full avoid backfield, which wouldn't shock me one bit. But if somebody is a starter, they're going to have some value.
All right, more tank. See, I tried to do the sneaky Raiders stack. I didn't even work. Someone took Geno Smith.
All right, then the other thing we heard today, since I'm about to draft them, from Kevin Stefanski is that he said it's fair to say that Jerome Ford is the RB1. This is finally it. This is finally the year where they trust Jerome Ford.
It's fair to say they don't feel like they have a better option right now. Like Dylan Sampson is more like a 3rd down back, you know, but that's what they always said about Jerome Ford. He's like, so they have to have somebody in lead back. They'll probably be Jerome Ford early in the season because he's the veteran, right? He's been there. Sampson will work his way in. It's going to be both. I don't know. Ford is fine. Ford is serviceable, but I still think you got to go for more upside with Sampson. A Lamar edit.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Alpha Productions WSP. I have no idea what that means because I'm old. Grab the camera for a Lamar edit. What is that? I don't understand. Who knows what he's talking about here?
Got me. I do want to actually hold on. Got something. See, it's already happening. The ADP's climbing. There we go. That's my boy.
Kenny Pickett?
Huh?
Look at Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett getting drafted. Pickett just got drafted. Somebody drafted Kenny Pickett.
Somebody.
Who I guess technically was a starter today in 11 on 11s. I mean, I do think Kenny Pickett is going to be the starter week 1, but I don't know if he's going to be the starter week 5.
Maybe not even week 3.
Right.
Wow. All right, you can have him. Like, go for it, dude. That's the same guy who took Tyler Shuck. Got a lot of faith here in these quarterbacks.
See, this is where you don't want to be. You don't want to be this point of the draft and you're drafting Kenny Pickett because you waited so long in QB. Like, nah, this is
I don't want to be at any point in any draft. I'm doing the super flex. Remember, I told you I maxed out those German Shepherd super flexes 20 at a time. Not once in a super flex. I even thought about taking Kenny Pickett.
Nah. Yeah, this is why I had to reach on Love and T-Law. Just give me my stacks and let's just call it a day.
Yeah.
Just,
I'll tell you what, the guy who's right here coming up on the board, Will Shipley, but I did see today that it was AJ Dillon running with the ones. Why Barkley did nothing ahead of Shipley. You worried that Dillon's going to be the backup?
I mean, maybe, but I don't. Even if he is, I don't want. We've seen AJ Dillon. I have drafted quite a lot of Shipley as the handcuff.
Forgot AJ Dillon still existed.
Right?
All right, there we go. I should probably take one more running back.
Yeah, I need one more running back here. Actually, let's get a guy that I do feel pretty good about as a handcuff.
Yeah.
All right, who's going to be the tight end 3 on this team?
Yeah, it's been a pretty quick draft. Actually, everyone's been pretty on the ball here, I'd say. That's a good thing. No autos.
Yeah. Why does Taysom Hill have an ADP?
That's a good question. Why does he have any ADP? Wasn't he just put on like the pup or something?
Yeah, he had like that Nick Chubb knee injury, and he's 36 years old or whatever, and he's not the most athletic guy, anyways. Well, I somehow got sniped on Noah Gray.
Wow. Things you don't see every day. So who are you going with?
I guess Theo Johnson.
Yeah, I probably should take a running back. Let's see. All right, let's swing for the fences. Your boy.
There you go. Taj Brooks.
Yeah, this one was quick, wasn't it?
It was quick and it was crazy.
It's quick, but not necessarily painless.
I'm going to have to change the title to...
What WTF is going on here?
I said watch us dominate a fantasy draft, but I don't think that's an accurate title. It's going to have to be like... I'm going to do this fantasy football draft was insane.
That's more accurate. Mark's voting for another one, BBM this time. Yeah, we're going to have to change it up. Let's go over these teams real quick. Let's see exactly what the damage is. I mean, I don't know. I don't love it or hate it. I don't know. Let's see.
I mean, again, it's weekly winners, so you just need your team to... You see that one week where, like, everybody on your team hits, right?
Yeah, so I went in thinking, okay, you want to go heavy, right? Maybe 3 players at least on a team. And I did wind up with one, but it's not the stack I wanted. And I didn't even, like, okay, I got Goff and I got Jameson Williams. Who else am I going to get that actually is worth doing? Like, Mr. Laporta, he went too soon. Anyways, let's go over your team first here.
All right, let's do it.
Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, just like you planned it.
Yeah, I mean, look at Jordan Love, 17 picks above ADP. At least Trevor Lawrence is only 6 picks above ADP, and yeah.
All right. No, actually, so you got Josh Jacobs, what we just talked about with stacking. You think it usually in, like, say, a best ball mania, you don't want to go running back and receiver or running back and quarterback like from the same team. Limit your weekly upside to some extent, but in this format, I think it makes more sense to do that.
Yeah, so I did at least get the Green Bay stack with Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Matthew Golden, Romeo Dobbs, and I got the Jacksonville stack with Trevor Lawrence. And you'll see I got BTJ in the second round, in the mid-second round. I do know how because this draft was insane. And Travis Hunter. So at least I do have that. At least I do have that potential. So look, if Jacksonville has like 1 or 2 monster games, or Green Bay has some monster games, there's a chance.
That's good. I mean, I probably should have done that more, but okay. So you got Green Bay and Jacksonville investments here, shares. Got some lotto tickets with Tootin and Giddens. Fine. Lamb, BTJ, and Hunter, and Evans and Golden. Yeah, I mean, look, a ton of weekly upside. So I think you pretty much nailed it.
Yeah. Then I got some tight ends. Although I got Njoku, so I feel really good about that. Maybe I didn't need 3 tight ends, but I didn't really need another wide receiver or running back, I felt like. So
yeah.
And I couldn't take it. I would have liked the third QB, but there weren't any QBs in this draft.
Exactly. I mean, that's the only thing I would say with your team is you're like, well, you don't have maybe some of the best quarterbacks. And then look what I got. I got Goff and Stroud. It's exactly the same, right? Okay. So they might have some weekly upside, but they're not elite.
Yeah. Nothing wrong. I mean, do you have the stacks here? I know you got Christian Kirk. Did you get... Oh, you got Jameson. Okay, so you got him stacked at least.
Yeah. All right. Well, I like my running back room. I got Bijan Robinson and Jonathan Taylor. Aaron Jones is 3. Samson, talked about him. Tank Bigsby, I still think. If nothing else, sure, Etienne's still there. Maybe Tootin, but I think Tank Bigsby is at least the goal line back.
Yeah, I like Tank Bigsby for sure. I like that running back room. How many running backs did you take? Yeah, I think you probably could have stopped at 5 if you wanted to, but 6 is fine.
Yeah. I love the weekly upside of my receivers. Now, I didn't go all heavy on one offense, but I like Garrett Wilson, J-Mo, Ridley, Jennings, Olave, Kirk. Kirk goes with Stroud. I almost snuck in the Raiders stack, Besh and Geno Smith, but no, of course, foiled because somebody had to grab Geno Smith 2 rounds before ADP. And this is the problem. Like, I was all set to take Cam Ward, as you know I was. 50 spots before ADP, Cam Ward went. Brock Purdy went right before. Actually, that was Jonathan. He did that. He sniped me. And I refused to take Tyler Shuck or any Saints quarterback. So I kind of got stuck with only these. But in retrospect, I really should have reached a little bit on Justin Fields.
Yeah, I mean, if I would have known how this draft was going to play out, I would have probably reached a little earlier on QBs. But I love your wide receivers. I mean, yeah, like tons of weekly upside here. Tons of weekly upside.
Yeah, we just got to hope they hit at the same time, right? And then,
right.
Speaking of upside, this tight end room is full of potential.
Yes. Hey, that's all you need. You just need 1 week. You see one of these guys to go, like, give you a 25-point game for 1 week.
That's it. Go for the rookie tight ends. That's the winning strategy. All right. Well, this was interesting. It was different.
This was definitely interesting.
Look, okay. Jonathan got the request. He wants us to quickly go over his team. Let's do it. Already taking a point off because you sniped me.
Well, he did. Okay, he did get 3 quarterbacks. All right. Yeah. Burrow, Purdy, Penix.
Okay. Good. Henry Chase, Etienne, Algier, Hunt. Okay.
So this is the team I probably would have gone 6 RBs, although I think 5 is okay. So you don't have a Burrow. I guess you got Burrow, Chase Brown. What do you got? Purdy, Penix. Do you have a 40? Okay, you do have Pearsall. You do have Mooney. Okay, so I guess they're stacked. Oh, you got Gesicki. All right, so they're stacked. That's good. Yeah.
Took Likely and Flowers, even though we don't have Lamar, but
that's okay. You got a little mini stack there. So I like it. Man,
it's nice.
Jonathan, what do you know about Tutu Atwell? You drafted him back both drafts so far. What do you know about Tutu Atwell that nobody else does?
That's interesting. All right. Well, we're going to keep an eye on that. Yeah, this is a pretty good team. Again, you got that weekly upside. You got some stacks going on. I mean, the one thing I noticed now, Mooney. Okay, you got him to go with Penix, but you definitely reached on him. That's
yeah. But you know what? In this format, I think that in this draft, that's probably what you had to do.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's not a quarterback. You might have been able to get him around later, but it's fine. You did it. You didn't want to miss out on him. No problem. Yeah, pretty good. All right. Well, let's see. And again, we don't have to see which team is the one because there's going to be more than one. You just need to win 1 week, and that more than pays off. So if you want to try this out and see if you can do better, it's weekly winners. So, of course, go to Underdog, Draft Lobby, and then you'll see this in the NFL section. You might need to scroll over to the right a little bit. Weekly winners. You can try it out. That was what, $10 in 30 minutes. That's
$10
in
30 minutes.
Yes. It was quick. There it is. We also consider the Eliminator, which is another whole thing you got to wrap your hand around if you want to try that. It's not exactly, it's like Guillotine, but not exactly. I mean, there are teams that get eliminated, and then there's this whole tournament thing. It's worth trying out. But look, whatever you want to try, it's best ball season. Get your drafts in, get your players that you like. Make sure that you have an account, of course. If you haven't tried Underdog yet, you want to try it out, sign up. And then when you go to the checkout section, there's going to be an area where you can put a promo code, and you want to put that code right there, Endgame. That's our code. It gets you a free pick you can use for any pick'ems that you like, and you get up to $1,000 of bonus cash in your account for your first deposit. So check it out. We'll be doing many more, probably back to BBM next time.
Yes. Yes.
Because I am done. That was it. My one and only weekly winners.
Actually, that's my second one. I did one earlier.
All right. I feel like I did one earlier too, and I don't remember. But you can do any of these. Again, make sure you have Underdog account. Use code Endgame, and then get in there. We'll do tomorrow. Not Underdog. We're gonna do our redraft mock with you. That's right. We're gonna do a 12-team PPR mock. You guys can draft with us. You want to know how to get in? Well, you got to be live as soon as we get on. So make sure you have notifications turned on, and you have to be subscribed as well. So give us a thumbs up, do all that, and we'll see you tomorrow at about the same time. All right. Have a good one.